this stuff up, you guys. I was like, my jaw dropped. My jaw lip dropped when I saw. It was kind of like what I was thinking. I just wasn't for sure. But it still has a twist to it. So I'm like, oh my God. So much. Oh my God. Okay. I'm almost to the end of the road. I just want to make sure that the signal is strong enough. Hold on. All right. So it starts out with him being rescued, right? And then it kind of flips over to him, David. He's by himself in a psychiatrist's office, like he's with his shrink, like he's been rescued, and I guess some time's passed, and he's with his shrink, and he's telling her, like, you know, I can't believe, like, he's not a real person, but he was so real. And so the psychiatrist says, well, David, you know that, you do have schizophrenia, which you guys know that's, like a disease of the brain, and it causes people to have delusions and things like that. And it's controlled with all kinds of medications, and you have therapists and all of this kind of stuff. So something that's very common, at least in this country anyway, and obviously in the Philippines too. And so it goes on, he says, I know he's not a real person, but he is real because I saw this guy, I just don't know him. And she's like, well, who is he? And he explained, like, he was the guy who sold me the boat. He says, and he goes, all this time on this island, I come to realize, like, why I've been so angry, dealing with my emotions with myself, freeing myself of all of those things and stuff like that. And so the psychiatrist was fierce. She was with David, all of this is normal. It's normal that, to be that much time alone, to create somebody to be with you so you don't feel alone. So don't feel like, feel bad about that, because anybody would probably, go into survival mode, like basically is what she was saying. And she was a fierce psychiatrist. I mean, she really sit there and, work through all of the ins and outs of everything that happened to him on the island. And, especially the part where, he come to accept himself, that, him and his fictional character that he created in his mind actually fell in love with each other. And that, he's not ashamed that, he's gay now, and that he wants to be, with that guy that he, had created, and he's going to go back and try to set up a relationship with the guy he met, who sold him the boat. He says, even though it's not going to be the same relationship, that's okay. Like, he's willing to start over from scratch to get to know the guy and everything like that. And so the psychiatrist tell him, I think it's okay. I'm glad that you, have come to realization that, you're gay or whatever. She goes on to, tell him, he's going to be okay, and she's glad that, he's, worked out the mechanics of the infidelity of cheating him and his girlfriend, and his best friend and all of that. And that he's forgiven them and all of the, they really had a whole section of working through all of his issues. And I think for me, the shocking part was, I kind of was like, well, how in the hell did he get on this island, and this boy just popped up out of nowhere? So I kind of felt like, and I did say it in one of my previous talks about the show, that I wasn't sure, but I feel like that's just in his head. Like, he created this person because he was so alone for so long. Because this boy just popped up within like this, within like the second episode or something like that. Second or third episode, he popped up. He was already on the island working out all that crazy shit between his girlfriend and his boyfriend. And, he was at the resort going through all of that. He rented that boat knowing it was going to be a storm. The guy, Simon, rented him the boat. And so, Simon was the last one he seen. So we didn't really see Simon because after he had rented that boat and all the drama, he ends up on the water. You forget about the people who sold him the boat because they kept flashing back to all the resort hotel people discussing him being missing and, and all the drama over there. So you kind of forget about the people who sold him the boat. And so that's what threw me off. This shit is clever. I mean, this is the kind of shit I like. Because my brain was really trying to work out what the hell is really going on. How did this guy, Simon, just pop up out of nowhere talking about he got stranded too? And I was like, what? And so it goes on like that. After he leaves the psychiatrist's office, he goes on to see his friend who cheated on him. They're sitting outside, and his friend confesses that he did that so he could see that she wasn't a good person and that he was sorry that he did it, but he don't have feelings for her. He just did that just to show him that she's been cheating on him and she's not a good person, and that he's really sorry. And then so Simon, because he had already forgiven him on the island, their conversation with each other was like none and void. Like it didn't faze him because he had already forgiven him. And he did tell him, he says, I forgive you because, you really hurt me, but I do forgive you because in my heart, I know that's not a healthy relationship for me. And so then the shocker was, oh my God, his friend says, I've always had a crush on you since we were in high school. So David was like unfazed by it, kind of like, okay, whatever. I'm still, we're friends, and I support you that you're gay or bi or whatever your, title you're gonna be now. But I'm already in love with somebody else. I'm just gonna go and try to have a relationship with that guy. Now, for me, right there, bitch, is season 2. If anybody from the Shore production cast happen to see my podcast or whatever you call this, like car chat, please, you got your season 2 right there. This bitch just said he was in love with them from high school. And so David is saying to his friend, that's nice, we're still friends or whatever, but I need to go and work this out with this guy over here. And he just looked at David, he smiled, he's happy for him or whatever. I see season 2, bitch. David goes to the island, reacquaints with this new Simon that, it's not the Simon that he created in his head. They get close. They don't get extremely close, but they're close because, and then his best friend starts working his charms out on David. David gets confused because he don't know who to pick, who he wants to be with, and he has a tough decision to make. And then the battle begins, the Shore season 2. Oh, yes! And he does go back to the ocean, to the beach resort. He finds the guy, and the guy's all swimming out there in the water or whatever. He walks up and he goes, are you going to rent my boat again? He goes, yeah, I'm going to rent your boat. He goes, but it's somebody here that I really like, kind of a hint. And he's just like staring off into a daze or whatever, like looking at the water, and the guy's just staring at him. And the guy was like, it's going to be me. Like you could tell the wheels were turning for this guy to get David. And it kind of like they just having a conversation and it went off, and then it went into all of the bloopers and behind the scenes. And I think for me, the behind the scenes that I didn't expect was that they really were in the ocean filming. The production crew and everybody. And I was just shocked that they were actually like filming in the water. Like the cameraman, the lighting person, everybody's in the water, up to their chest, up almost to their necks in water. And I was like, y'all couldn't get no wave pool? Y'all could hop in somebody's oversized swimming pool and throw some sand around it? They literally were in the ocean filming. I couldn't believe it. Right up there with orca and, Bambi and sharks and hammerhead sharks and all kinds of things out there. Who knows? Things that'll stick you and poison you and kill you. And they were out there in that water filming their ass off, swimming around like it wasn't shit. I was like, okay, Philippines, I see y'all. Y'all are not playing around with y'all productions. I was just so amazed. So if you guys get a chance, I'm going to try to post it on my Facebook page. It's Ariel Emmy at Facebook. Go on my channel and I'll try to post a link to the final episode so you can see it, because it is so good. And I think that's what I'll do from now on, is I'll post the links to my Facebook page, and then you can watch from there. Or you can go to, just look it up on the YouTube. You know, it's The Shore. Some people have a hard time finding it, so I'm just trying to figure out a way where everybody who wants to see it can get a link to it, and that way you don't have to be searching so hard. And the production company is Star Image Artists Management. They're the ones who's cranking out all these really great BL series. And so I think the next one that's going to post is called The Altar. That's the one that's got all the behind the scenes controversy that's going on, that they've hired some, you know, very young actors to do some very adult-ish stuff within this, like it's an adult storyline. And so it's already created some buzz behind the scenes. So, you know, that kind of anticipation, like everybody's on their pins and needles waiting for this thing to come out. And I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it because I'm hooked. Between y'all and Thailand, y'all working it out. And so I did watch Tahan Chanlati last night, and it went through its episodes, and that ex-girlfriend kissed Tahan, and she sent it to Chanlati, and Chanlati lost it, seeing him kiss his ex-girlfriend. And he did it like as a way to kind of insult her, but since Chanlati wasn't there to witness what he did to her, the girl just did it enough of a kiss. She didn't give a damn. She just wants to break them up, and it looked like it worked. So Chanlati ran home to his mama, and Tahan, of course, went, to the house, and the mom was like, go up there and you can knock on the door, but you know how he is. When he get mad, he ain't gonna come out. And sure enough, honey, he knocked on that door till his fingers bled. His knuckles were bleeding, and then he took a picture of it and sent it to me. Like, my knuckles are bleeding. Please come out and talk to me. I'm tired of knocking at the door. So then he finally came down and told her mom he won't come out. And she goes, well, you might as well go home because, let him cool off, because ain't nothing I can do. Whatever you done, you done stepped in it, so you're going to have to live with the consequences. And he was like trying to explain to her everything. And mom's like, I'm staying out of this. Y'all, I'm going to let y'all work all that out over there. And so the next day he was throwing those paper airplanes with messages in them. It was so cute. He woke up and paper airplanes were like all over his bed, all on the floor. He started reading like, I'm sorry, you don't understand this and that. Come out and talk to me, please. Like there are all his little messages on there. Honey, Chanlati gathered up all of them, all of the paper, honey, and put it in a wastebasket and threw the whole wastebasket, dumped the paper out, then threw the wastebasket down there and went back in the house. I was like, yes. And it went off. I was like, no. Chanlati, no, you can't be that mad. Honey, he hates that his ex-girlfriend and him and her, they hate each other. I mean, it was bad enough they sloshed water all over. And now, honey, she's trying to break them up. She's like, honey, let me go and get a kiss. And I don't care whatever kind of kiss it is. And then she's like, did you get that on tape? That boy was like, yes. He sent it right to him, bitch. And what? You think he's just for you? He's mine too. But it wasn't. It was just like he kissed her to say, bitch, this is a kiss. You're the last kiss you're ever going to get from me. And maybe he shouldn't have done that. But, it was just an insult to her. And it worked because everybody at the table was like, ooh, Fizz. You might as well just give it up. Chanlati is, the new cat's meow, honey. It ain't you no more. And she just refuses to give up. So I think her final blow is to try to go to his family, the mother and the father, which they don't know that he's in a relationship with Chandler T yet. His sister knows, but his mom and dad do not know, honey. Oof. My God. I cannot wait till next weekend. I can't wait till next weekend because their mom and daddy want him to get married and have a baby like yesterday. You can't make this stuff up. So, oh man. Tahan Chanlati. This is a BL series from the Philippines. It is a GMM TV production of Thailand. So you'd have to look them up on YouTube as well. And they post every, I believe it's either Friday, usually Friday nights they post their episodes. So I don't know how many episodes are left. I don't think there's that many. But it's a very bubbly, cute BL. And so if you like a little cutesy high school, sweetheart, middle school type storyline, I think you'll enjoy Chanlati, Tahan Chanlati. And the guy who plays Tahan is really handsome. Chanlati is very cute. All of the side characters with their facial expressions and the little slapstick, jabs and stuff that they throw in there just add to the spice of this kind of I consider this like a romantic comedy, but it's not exactly a comedy. It's kind of like a few little intense moments, but most of it is funny. Like it makes me laugh. Like it lightens my night up. It's like a very lighthearted romantic comedy, and and it's very cute. I'm just gonna put this on my lips. I gotta get inside. I'm gonna be probably about 5 or 10 minutes late. Just because I gotta put my makeup on and brush my hair and brush my weave. But I do recommend that. It's one of my, it pushed me in the mind of like While You Were Sleeping. Have you ever seen that While You Were Sleeping with, what is that actress's name? Her name won't come to me right now, but it was Sandra, I'm gonna call it Sandra B or Sandra D or whatever. I can't think of her last name. And then it had Bill Putnam, I think that was his name. Anyway, it was such a cute, lighthearted, romantic comedy. And it kind of reminds me of that, but more like an LGBT twist, because the romantic interest now is a guy instead of his ex-girlfriend, and that ex-girlfriend wants him bad. I guess that is kind of a bad comparison, but they're both light-handed romantic comedies is what I'm trying to say. And yeah, so I really enjoyed last night's episode of that. So I'm full. I haven't finished the Way You Productions because I haven't seen any more of it put out for My Bromance Part 2. So it's still, I don't know what's going on with that. So I'm just waiting for the next episodes of it to come out. I haven't really searched for it. I might have to just dig and search, because even though I follow the Way You production company, I have not seen hardly any posts coming out of there. So I don't know what's going on. It could be they're on vacation off season, or whoever's doing it is not posting it on there, on that particular on YouTube the way they normally do. So I don't know what's going on over there. But I am all in still, because I was really trying to see how season 2 was going to be. It's hard to come back when you have a really successful season 1 and then make season 2 even greater. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to do that. And so so far it's pretty good. I'm not saying it's better than season 1. That season 1 was, ooh, man, so good. The soundtrack, the way that the cinematography is shot in it, and just the intensity and the going from all of that ripped up family, divorcee, remarrying somebody with a kid, and trying to merge two families together, and when the boy is bitter that his mom's divorced or whatever. Oh my God, it was so good. But season two, he's matured more. Like he's still got that intensity about him, but he's older. The other characters kind of grown up a little bit. He still looks like a little kid, kind of. So it's almost like the actors over the years kind of grew up, like they got older looking a little bit. Except one of them still looks like almost split into like the same, except he gained a little bit of weight. But the soundtrack, the way the feel of it is still the same. Like the intensity of it is the same. It's different because they brought in more characters and side characters and stuff. But um, it is still My Bromance 2. If you haven't seen My Bromance 1, I recommend watching that one first, so you get the full fledged and just pull out your tissues and all of that, because that was intense. Ooh, it starts out, very intense, and then it just gets progressive and more and more. I'm like, my God, this family's going through hell. Trying to merge two families together ain't easy. And then love falls in and saves the day. And then tragedy and oof, Lord Jesus, Wayu Productions. I was not ready for it. I was not ready for y'all last year, but thank you. Y'all got me through a lot of things going on this planet. Oof, man. I hope that look at this, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just wiping and not paying attention to what I'm doing. So yeah, it is a lot going on in the BL world. I'm not really following some of the season 2s in the Thailands right now. Like, I'm not following Thorn Type 2. I just kind of had enough of all of that craziness with their storyline. Like, I'm just so over, I don't know, the way that their characters are written. They're both like kind of, one's a musician, the other one's kind of a jock, and they have this kind of, I don't know, weird relationship that people keep interfering in their lives, and it's like I don't like that. Like, it doesn't, and I guess it bothers me because for me, I don't know about gay romance or whatever, but it reminds me so much of how, like, people can cheat on each other. I had a lot of that, my relationships, a lot of them were cheating and backbiting, and if you cheat on me, I'm gonna cheat on you, and I can do it better than you because I'll cheat with 10 guys, bitch, in your face. And so that's the kind of girl I used to be with, when I was dating my first boyfriend, and I was so in love with him. Like, we were so in love with each other, but he was a little bit less mature than me, and he was way younger than me, and I think that had a lot to do with it too. But we did have strong feelings for each other, and in about 7 years back and forth, we grappled with our relationship till we finally decided we were going to be together. And then unfortunately, he got into a car crash and died, and it changed the whole direction of my life. And then on top of that, that's when my boss at Disney decided to get all of my personal life and fix it where I couldn't make any money, and I had to leave. Like, I literally got ran off the job. I didn't quit. I didn't get fired. I literally ran off the job out of embarrassment, shame, and then, like, when he died, it made my brain shut off. So all my Disney memories are very few, and I had a lot. I knew a lot of people, a lot of people over the 10 years that I was there. I lost a lot of my friends out of embarrassment. I don't know where they are. And I keep talking about it over and over again because I hate to see that happen to anybody, trying to live in your truth, trying to fix yourself, and people don't get it. They don't understand. They don't want to understand. All they want is to make your life a living hell, and they feel good and revel in the stepping on you and destroying your life, and many people participated. And always remember, bitch, what you do, what you put into the universe, it's going to come back on you times 10. And you can't make this stuff up. 100 the same ones that try to run me off end up getting ran off. And I got confirmation from several people. And I was like, thank you, bitch. This is what happened when you do wrong, evil to people who ain't done nothing to you, and you destroy their lives, your life gets destroyed too. Always remember that. When you're thinking you're getting away with destroying somebody's life, your life in the midst of that is going to get destroyed too. So everybody around you life's going to get destroyed. Whole villages will go down. Just remember that. Very long time ago. And so, Thorn type, it rubs me the wrong way. It's nothing wrong with it. The actors are very attractive. I just don't like the storyline. Like, I'm not driving that storyline with all the infidelities and the same old cheating. Like, the first season was really, really good. Then they came back with season 2. I watched the first episode of it and I was like, I don't want to see this. Like, it's the same stuff, like, just a different character, And Thorn type was tied into some other BLs, like the storylines kind of overcrossed, and it worked. But this season 2 that they pulled out, oh no, honey, I don't keep that. I watched the first episode and I was like, I'm not gonna follow it. Now, I'm not to say that I won't maybe go back and watch it down the road. I just think for now, with what I'm dealing with the pandemic, I'm not in really wanting to see, that kind of craziness. You know what I mean? Like entanglement relationships. Like, I'm just, no, ma'am, I've had enough of that. But I'm sure the fandoms and the ones who love the BL will be watching intensely, I'm sure, because the guys are really cute. Trying to find my eyelash stuff. I didn't put any powder on my face. It's already 10:04. I'm so late, you guys. I'm going to get in probably 10 after. It really doesn't matter. I don't have to really put a whole lot of makeup. Put makeup on later, I guess. I'll use my powder. I haven't even brushed my hair or anything. I'm just gonna lightly, that's good enough because I'm gonna have a mask on anyway, so. Brush my hair. So yeah, Thorn type is going now, and so you guys can watch it season 2. I just don't. I'm not ready for that. I tried. I was like, no, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm waiting for A Tale of 1,000 Stars to drop. That's the one I really want to see. I've been anticipating that. It looks really good. The storyline looks really, really good. Something different I've never seen before. So I'm like, ooh, I can't wait till this drops. In Earth, oh my God, that guy is so fine. When him and New, that guy they call New, did a BL together. It was around swimming. I just can't remember the name of it, but it was like the whole swim team that they were in together. And the father was gay, and the son couldn't accept it that his dad had met one of his teammates and fell in love. And I just can't think of the name of it. I have to try to remember. But Earth and New, they call him Newy. Honey, they worked that right on out, and then they fell in love on that particular BL. And so I watched that one. It was really good. I just can't remember the name of it. I can kind of picture it in my head. I just can't think of the name of it. But the acting at it was superb. Superb, it really was. Ooh. So I know Tale of 1,000 Stars is going to be really good. And that guy Earth, he has not aged at all. He looks exactly the same. Like, I don't know what fountain of youth he dipped into, And that guy Nui, he looks the same too. Like they're not aging at all. I think they got some really strong genes, or honey, they got some good plastic surgery or something, because they don't look like they're aging at all. And I'm like, well, hell, these BLs are from a while back, and y'all ain't aged at all. Like, damn, some of y'all gonna be probably 50 years old and still acting like y'all in high school. I'm like, wow. That's what we call good genes, cause honey, that boy from Love, what's it called? Love Sick and Love Sick 2, that one that they call Noah. He aged hard. Like you could tell he was probably mixed race or something, like biracial. And he aged. Like he grew up really tall, really long hair. His face aged. I was like, ooh, you can't play a kid anymore. You can play a man, a whole grown ass man, but you can't play a little high school kid no more. So I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's behind the scenes writing scripts and doing camera. He was so talented. He could play instruments, act, dance, sing. He could do it all. So I'm sure whatever he's doing, he's making his coins. I know he's doing a lot of, perfume ads and stuff like that, because I've seen a couple of them in fashion magazines and stuff, because he got really tall. And he looked like almost like a rocker or a swimmer type or something like that. But look, he grew up like he didn't look like a little kid anymore. And then his little side piece, that one called Poon, I forget his name, but he did not age. He looks exactly the same. Like I saw him on GMMTV doing one of those promo game show things, and he did like kind of a thing where you go swimming with wild animals and stuff. And I watched it. He looks exactly the same. I said, damn, y'all don't age at all. Give me some of that damn East Asian blood, honey. Keep me looking fierce and young. As hell. My teeth falling out, hair falling out. Then you add Miss Covina on there. Hell, she done wore my ass out. Okay, it's 10 after now. I gotta get inside. I'm just gonna spray this down back here. I think it's okay. It's good enough. I think it's good enough. Hold on. And I just need to put my shirt on. I'm wearing this sweater and I put my work shirt on top of it. So I'm gonna sign off now, you guys, because I gotta get inside. And you guys have a good day. Bye. Let me see. Oh, I gotta hit that button there. X and cancel.